Howdy, howdy, everyone. Welcome to the political talk show, where we call out the liberal left and we help move the people that are speaking the truth up a little bit more and uplift them as much as possible and as much as we can so that they can have the most upheard voice that they can by looking at their videos, reviewing their videos, and giving them a shout out and acknowledging what they're doing and letting them know, hey, we hear you, we agree with you, or some of us may disagree with you, but we hear you and we thank you for what you're doing. Now, I want to give you a little intro or a little taste about me before we get started. First of all and foremost, I have been a journalist for 2 to 3 years, right? Probably not that long for some of you people out there that have done it longer than me, but nevertheless, I enjoy what I do. I have worked with a certain type of news journalist platform that is no longer existent, sadly, shall we say. But the times that I've worked there, I have enjoyed it the most. I have had nothing but the utmost respect for the staff at that news company that is no longer around. Hopefully, maybe they might come back. We don't know. Maybe they might not. We don't know either. But I had fun while it lasted, but there were some drawbacks with that. The drawbacks I had were I had to be very careful because we were on 23 or 24 platforms. And what I would say would definitely make a lot of differences to people that were listening and enjoyed what I was doing. But it felt to me like I wasn't able to really voice my opinion without having to possibly be politically correct, shall we say. And I didn't feel like that was kind of fair for me and not fair for the viewers that are watching. Now, for some of you that are the old cats that have watched me before, welcome back. And for some of you new folks, welcome. I have enjoyed every bit of it for 2 to 3 years that I've done this and been on the 23 to 24 platforms. I have not had nothing bad to say about it. And I never will. You will never hear me say anything bad about that platform or that news organization that I was with. But I didn't want to be held back. I wanted to be able to say what I wanted to say, but again, still following that line of being careful so that I don't get into potential legality issues. But being direct is what I wanted more to do, and now I get the chance to do it. Calling out the liberal media, fake news media, is something that I was able to do a little bit of, but I couldn't name the names. I couldn't play clips. I couldn't react on that podcast to them because they could potentially come back and make a little more problems for us than we would like. So I had to not do that. But now I can do it because I'm on here now, and this is what our platform is used for. It's used for voices that are conservative to lift them up and let them be heard and acknowledge what they're doing and thank them for what they're doing, and also calling out the fake news and letting them know, hey, we are watching you, but be mindful that we are going to critique and criticize, not facetiously or with malicious intent, but let you know that we're going to call you out for saying things that are wrong or misinformed. And we're not going to be silenced because of it. We're not going to be politically correct. We're not going to have a safe space here. We're going to speak the honest truth, and that's what people want. Being able to call them out kind of sometimes does get a little weary and drainy on our energy and on our minds. So sometimes we may treat you to YouTubers like Mark Dice, Candace Owens, the Conservative Twins, the Hutchinson Twins, and other news media YouTubers that are on here that are just independent freelance journalists like me, or are just big time journalists that are doing what they do best. And we want to let them be able to know that we will watch them and that we will give them a shout out. We will try to support them in the best way possible that we can by helping support not only them but their cause. If it is one that is a good cause, we will support it. We will follow with it. We won't speak untruthful words here. We won't be malicious. We won't be mean or facetious in any sorts of way. But we will be, again, direct and honest. When I was working as a podcaster for this news platform that I was on that was connected with 23 and 20 or 24 platforms, we did reach out to a lot of conservatives. We did try to help give them support. And that's what I will continue to do, and I will do my best to do that as I can. If you guys and gals out there have any conservative or fake news media platforms that you know of that you want us to check out, let us know in the comments down below. We will listen and we will see what it's all about. Whether it is fake news or it's real news, we will critique in any sort of way possible that will maybe help them be not only mindful that people are watching them, but maybe do something different that would benefit the people and make the people feel like they can be a little bit more resourceful, that they could be more trusted and be looked at as not fake news or just, biased news because they're MAGA supporters. No, we're not about that. We want to be direct and honest and in the middle as much as we can. And that's how people should see the news. Yes, we will call out the Republicans. Some of you guys and gals out there may think, well, you're claiming all this, but what about claiming the call out for even Republicans and the Democrats? Yes, we will call them both out. If there's something ridiculous that is said from the Republican side or the Democrat side, we will acknowledge it because it should be acknowledged. It shouldn't be hidden. It shouldn't be about, we're just going to sweep it under the rug and ignore it and not pretend that we heard it. We're going to pretend we did hear it because we're not pretending. We actually did hear what they said, and it should be acknowledged to the fullest. There will be probably times that maybe some of the news organizations that we call out may have their people come over and watch and listen or possibly troll us. Ignore it. Don't let them get to you. I'm not going to let them get to me because honestly, at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I do best. Well, we are going to do what we do best. It's about you guys and gals joining here. And we want to acknowledge that it's okay if you disagree. understand that there will be times that you may definitely disagree with us. We're not going to tell you that you're stupid or you're other name calling. We don't want to name call. But if it comes to Biden, yeah, we kind of do give him a lot of smack because Biden is a public figure. I'm a limited purpose public figure. So I have limitations. Biden does have somewhat of a limitation, but not as much as I do. So he's fair game when it comes to criticizing, scrutinizing. Even the Republicans, even the Democrats, they're all free game to scrutinize. But when it comes to our supporters and the people that are coming in the chats, we will talk to you. We will acknowledge that your opinions may or may not be valid to us. But if you come up with sources that you've heard or that you've seen on the news, please don't just come in and say, I heard this, this, and this, and what you're saying is wrong, and it contradicts what this, and this, from what I've heard, says, without backing it up. Because we want to be honest, and we want to be genuine, not disingenuous. And we want people to have proof, and if you have proof, please do validate your reasons for what you believe in and what you feel is your truth with something that is credible and that we will look into. And if we call it out and say, look, I'm sorry, but it is not valid, it is not legit, it's just fake or possible propaganda or just misinformation, don't get hurt over it. It's okay that you're going to be a little bit upset. It's understandable about it. But don't be, pardon the term, butthurt about what we say that disproves your theories. And you can try to disprove our theories as well. And we welcome it. We welcome a disagreement, a debate, a open conversation for the public to hear us talk about these things that are really important, that are going on in our lives and in America's lives. And it should be done with all of the due diligence on both sides to make sure that everything that you are looking for is factually correct and it is something that you know 100% that you could put trust on and that we could possibly or potentially put trust on ourselves. We may or may not come to an agreement. And if we do, by all means, then that is awesome. We feel that is something that should be definitely have an agreement with, that we both and all could walk away with the fact that maybe we walked away with a little more information or a different type of information that may or may not, again, discredit whatever the conversation is, but being able to walk away and understand each other's sides and points of views. We're not here to try to make people look foolish or bad, except for the media that is fake, or the politicians that are fake and that are bad and that are wrong, that are doing things they may or may not be doing that they shouldn't be doing. We are not here to just discredit them, but we're here to show that we can be tolerant to a degree, but we may not disagree on certain things or agree on certain things, but at least we're human beings and we can walk away understanding that this is their argument, this was their point, and I think that their points and arguments should be heard. And it should not be silenced or discredited by any means, unless it is something that does deserve to be discredited. helping supporting other journalists and other news organizations, that is another thing we want to do. And if you have anything that is somebody that you listen to, like Joe Rogan, let us know. We will be there to listen, and we want to hear what is said. So I hope you guys and gals have enjoyed this little taste of an intro to what we do. Please don't forget to hit the like, share, comment, and subscribe button, because that's the number one important thing. That's number one, that you guys follow to get more news and more information and keep up to date on the videos that we do today. And as always, God bless you all. God bless America. And I will see you guys on the next video. Ciao.